It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Hello, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Tuesday. We'll be checking in hopefully with Virginia's husband here in a couple minutes. Find out how cringy her bedroom talk is. Could be a lot of fun. We did a Raise Your Hand poll earlier, and of the stuff we covered, we asked if you've ever gotten stuck in a piece of furniture like a chair or a playground swing. 40% of the KVJ show has gotten stuck and all that. Trying to remember who raised their hand on that.
It was me and Virginia.
Okay. All right. So you have, what did you get stuck in?
I got stuck in one of those little kid swings, you know, that it kind of looks like a diaper when you sit in it.
Yeah.
And I was an adult and I was all drunk and I couldn't get out. I mean, I could not
I've
get
seen that because they got
out
the
of
leg
it.
holes, right? And your leg holes get stuck in that.
My friend, we had to twist me around, and it took a minute to get me out of there.
I think I've seen where fire departments have had to come out and free adult drunks from those kind of swings.
I was in there for a minute to where we were starting to have the conversation of, do we have to call someone to help? And with a little bit of grit and a little bit more whiskey, we got me out.
Gosh, that's rough.
It is rough. It sucks.
Yeah, because for that moment, you're thinking, I'm going to have to be that dumbass.
Well, because everyone else involved, too, was drinking. So they're
Right.
laughing and trying to
They're
help.
not good. They're not a help.
No.
This is more of a joke than anything else. They're kind of happy you're in there.
They are definitely happy.
Giving them merriment. Yeah, that's tough. We also asked, ever been sucker punched by somebody you don't know? I was surprised 60% of the KVJ show said yes. Mine happened at a bar fight that I kind of instigated in Morgantown, West Virginia, at West Virginia University when I was in college. What about yours, Bird?
Once was at Bradley's. Once was at a barbecue.
Dang, multiple
and then
times.
once was at a strip club.
Whoa, 3 times. Just out of nowhere?
No.
Okay.
Not out of nowhere. The one at Bradley's was, I've told it before, I'll try to tell it quick. It was packed at Bradley's.
Yeah.
And across the bar, there was this big, roided up fucking gorilla of a dude. He looked like a surfer. He was taking his arms and checking people out of his way, women included. And I'm looking at this fuckface going, he's just going through people and pushing them out of the way, and I had a lot in me. I locked eyes with him, and he locked eyes with me. Now, this is a pretty good distance away from Bradley's.
Yeah.
You know, he's about probably 6 or 7 tables away. He sees me, I lock eyes, and he starts saying shit to me. I start saying shit to him. He gets to right where I'm at. He goes and punches me and hits me in the ear, but just hits my earlobe. And I start to laugh because he missed me pretty much. I was with a panda. And I'm really obnoxious laughing at him like a jackass. He tries to tackle me, but there are so many people at Bradley's.
Yeah.
He's tackling a crowd, really.
Right.
And it turned into a brawl. Big old brawl. His girlfriend or his wife lied to the police and said that we started it, that we sucker punched him, and he was the one that did it. He sucker punched me.
Did anybody get arrested?
They were about to arrest people, and it was such a mess. The cops
You can't.
Get the fuck out of here now.
Just go.
Other time was at a barbecue. I got hit in the back of the head with like a lawn chair.
Damn.
Yeah.
What started that? Were you a part of that instigation?
I wasn't. I was with a buddy, and this was out in Loxahatchee, and it was this kind of barbecue thing. It's when I kind of first got on the show.
Loxahatchee barbecue.
And these 2 or 3 drunk fuckfaces were talking a lot of shit about our show. And I was telling my buddy, don't worry about it. Who gives a shit? We don't really know anybody here. And long story short, my buddy started defending me and the show, and that turned into a fight. And one of the guys picked up a lawn chair, and I didn't even see it coming. Hit me in the back of the head.
What the
I
hell?
fall
No
over
way.
like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That was probably my first year on the show.
So you were fighting for our honor?
We got the fuck out of there quickly because it was a situation where a lot of them and very little
It's a
of
country
us.
boy fight at that point. Yeah,
And
Loxahatchee is going to get crazy.
There was a girl involved.
Okay.
Who one of us were trying to talk to.
Okay.
We didn't know
Oh,
that,
it's always about a girl.
we didn't know that. We had no idea that there was beef or they
Yeah.
had ex-boyfriends.
That's really what. Yeah, that's probably
exactly
what it was. That's what it was.
One of
It
the
was
exes
a
was
girl.
there, and now Jay Bird and his buddies at this party, and they did not like this.
That Radio City slicker came in to screw our women.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's drinking our beer. Now he's gonna fuck our girlfriends.
And then the other time I was at what's the strip club right here? Rachel's.
Rachel.
That was a weird night.
Yeah.
We had a radio event, and I was talking with this girl. We hit it off, but she had a guy friend with her, and I kept asking. I go, "You guys aren't dating or anything?" She's like, "No. There's nothing going on. He's just my friend."
Was she a dancer?
No, not a dancer. We were at an event, and we went to a bar, went to another bar, and so they said, "Hey, you want to go to Rachel's?" I'm like, "Sure, I don't know, whatever." Long story short, what I had realized was he had the hots for her.
Okay.
And I didn't know that.
Right.
And I had said something at the table. Like, it was him and her talking at the table at Rachel's, and I forget what I had said. I wasn't trying to be a dick.
Right.
He stood up and punched me right in the fucking face.
What?
Damn.
No
I
way.
fell back. Yeah. The bouncers get up. They throw
Damn.
my ass out. They throw his ass out. So now it's me, him, and her out in the parking lot together.
Right.
Dang.
The odd thing is, I ended up getting back in the car with them. It was a weird night.
And drove off? Did he ever say anything, or about punching you in the face?
We are now fighting in the car.
What?
I'm in the back
Oh, no.
seat. He's screaming at me, and then we pulled into some kind of a convenience store. I get out. The fight still is kind of going. Someone called the cops.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was a pretty.
That's a mess.
It was a mess.
That's
Wow.
a damn mess.
It was a mess.
Good
Dang.
Lord.
That was a very long time ago.
Look at you and all your fun drama.
But I think I just didn't realize he had I didn't know he liked her. I
Yeah.
guess they had a history that I was fucked up. I was in party mode. Whoa, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not thinking anything. Next thing I know, I fucking pops you right in the face. And the bouncers don't give a shit. They throw
No.
everybody out.
They're just trying to maintain order and get through the night. So we had 3 people get sucker punched. I was one, you were one. It was Denny's the third.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Denny's been pistol whipped.
Pistol whipped.
Denny's definitely he told that story before. That's an unbelievable story.
I met a guy who was DJing that event I was at the other night. They used to run with Denny's back in the day. Doug.
Okay, yeah.
He was like, "Man, I wonder if Denny's would even remember me. Denny's, you remember DJ Doug?"
It is weird. Sometimes you always say nothing good happens past a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain situations. It's why I don't go out anymore. Go out in those kind of situations, weird shit, and you don't know what's going on in someone's head either.
If you're running the streets after about 10:30 p, that's when it can go down.
Well, the dude that had punched me, he was being so nice and cool. Everyone was having a good time, and he just turned.
Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, turned on a dime as the
Wow.
night got on.
The alcohol hit him.
He got all mad and jealous, I think. And
Yep.
I didn't know any of that was going on.
And maybe the girl was all into you and talking to you
She
and
was.
ignoring
I
him.
think that's what happened.
And you had no idea. You just stepped in a love triangle.
But
But why would you get in the fucking car with
Because-
the guy that just punched you?
Because I was drunk. The bouncers threw us out. It was a weird thing.
I'd be like, "No, I'm walking. Bye."
I'm still thinking. I think I might hook up with this girl. I mean, it was one of the. I don't know. I mean, I was in my 20s, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude.
I was dumb as fuck.
No, you got to leave that situation and just be like, "I can't.
It's one of it.
I can't be in this love triangle. I can't get in the car with this guy."
Okay. You don't have a perfect record on how you handle shit either, so I get that. I definitely had a misfire on that one.
Oh, I'm a hot mess, but I love to critique.
All of us had made out with somebody that we had just met within the first hour. Okay. That's
yeah.
pretty crazy. All 5. That was 100% on that
In the
one.
club.
In the club.
Okay.
It's fun.
Only one of us, though, had ever fallen asleep while getting it on, and that was Virginia. That happened. I know she talked about how she likes to get a couple pops in her before getting all intimate.
Definitely.
I believe we have your husband on here, too, because we were talking about maybe some of the things you said in the bedroom that could be a little cringy.
Panda, do you remember that brawl at Bradley's we were both in?
Oh, when the fight broke out?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I still tell that story randomly to some of my other friends.
It was a fucking melee, man.
A melee is pretty awesome. Because did you feel like you were in a movie?
It was. The bar back had me in some kind of a move I couldn't get out of.
Like a
And
chokehold?
this guy was 5'1", and I could not get out of it. I'm like, this motherfucker is strong.
He had Bird in like a Kimura lock. Yeah, I was like, oh, what is that?
Oh, man. We were talking about Virginia, and she admitted that she has fallen asleep during lovemaking. Do you think she's ever been slightly inebriated when you guys have had relations before, Panda?
You said slightly, Kev?
Okay. Does she go to a different level when she is inebriated? And she talked about some of the things she said she thought might be funny, but we just wanted to hear if you ever have any recollection of any line that your wife has ever said in the bedroom. And then we kind of wanted to judge, was it hot? Was it on fire? Did it get you going? Or could it have been a little cringe?
Because she thinks she kind of had a realization on the air today that she might be cringy in the bedroom.
So I thought of one thing did pop into my head, and I will say that she's not cringy because her and I we very much have the same kind of sense of humor, and we have fun with it, right? But I will say this. I am much more the romantic, the more aggressor, I guess, when it comes to relations like that. I'm the one that, will initiate it, and I get emotional. I get into it.
Uh-huh.
I will say things and this and that. But she's not cringy, but she doesn't really play that game though either. Like she's quiet. She's quiet for the most part.
See, I'm quiet and demure.
So all we have to do is have Panda come here and have sex with you for you to shut the fuck up.
During the whole show.
You trying to get
Panda,
them?
don't quit. She'll start talking.
You trying to get them YouTube numbers up or what?
Now, Kev, the flip side to that coin, where you said, does she get inebriated?
Yeah.
When she drinks, oftentimes is when she gets really frisky, and it's those are hard waters to navigate for a sober guy like myself.
Yeah.
And we're dudes, right? We're not going to really turn it down if it's coming our way.
Right.
However, there have been times where she's been very intoxicated, and I feel like I'm kind of doing something wrong. I'm like,
she's that drunk. This could be a crime.
That's not good. Oh my goodness.
So what is she like on those nights where she's that hammered? Does she get more frisky, or is that when she falls asleep, or a combination of both?
Yeah, no, it's very like she'll become the aggressor. But then, once it's
how does she become aggressive? Is it physically? Is it what she says? What does she put her thumb in your ass? Like, what's going on here?
Definitely not that.
Okay.
But she will saunter on over to me in her way and kind of maybe put her arm around me or kind of rub on me like, hey Pam,
I'm holding you for support.
Hey Pam, hi. I'm back.
You want to, Doc goes to sleep. You want to go to the shredder? And then that means to me that the shredder, we've talked about that.
Yes, that's the location where you get it on. Yeah, your little hiding place.
Hey Panda, come get in my bushes.
And she's very much got a time limit. Like she has an expiration date.
So, how long do you have from the moment that you start to get down before you know it's just over and she's out cold?
Oh my God! I gotta get it in, man, because there have been times, and where it becomes, I'm like, yeah, this is great, and she's like, we gotta get through it. So
is it 2 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? 10? If you had to say,
I would say anything over maybe 7-8 minutes, she's tapping out. She's like, all right, I gotta.
Okay, so top
I gotta
7 minutes.
Switch positions or something like that. so.
If it's sober sex, is that better for you, or is she more like a cold fish and that's awkward?
No, if it's sober sex, it's much better because I can, she's much more present and there and feeling. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Would it make you cringe more, or would it make you cringe if she was trying to be sexy and being serious? If she's like, "Oh, Pan, I'm positively dripping. Oh yeah, I'm white." Would that turn you on, or would that weird you out?
It all depends on her verbiage because she can definitely use the wrong terminology, but she can also use the right terminology.
Do you ever remember one line that Virginia's ever said that stood out to you?
I can't say that I have. Nothing that's really stuck out that's been like hot, like sexy.
Or did she say like, "Oh, drill me hard," or like,
Bone me, Panda, bone me.
yeah? What would be something when Virginia's talking dirty? What might be one of those lines? What does she?
We can basically we're saying we can see her trying to be sexy and it missing. Like, "Oh, Pan, I want you to boff my brains out," and it's like, what?
Yeah, yeah. Like did she say something like "make that dog hunt" or something like that? Like just what's a line?
No, there have been like in the very beginning, like when things are about to go down, she'd be like, "Come on, Big Daddy," like she'll say something.
Okay,
like
Big
that,
Daddy.
but
Okay, she likes a Big
nothing-
Daddy in there.
That's not.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But like I said, most of the time she's quiet, other than
Did she
sounds
ever
one
have
would
a
make.
comment about your manhood or anything like that? Pants so hard feels like concrete.
Oh my gosh, Pan, you got such a rad cock.
Never,
I hope that's what she said.
Right.
Please say that sometime.
never. There have been inebriated times where I'm getting after it, and she's like, "You gotta stop. That hurts."
This is the most unsexy, problematic conversation.
Pan hurt me. Pan.
So she can only have sex 7 to 8 minutes when she's drunk, and then you hurt her, and you think you're doing a crime.
Pan hurts. I'll quit.
Oh my gosh!
All right. Just you painted quite a picture there.
What's the opposite of a boner? Because that's what I have.
Oh, gosh, good insight. Well, thank you, Panda. We appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Sorry I couldn't get on earlier. I was in a mad scramble here at work.
No, this is better this way anyway. Yeah. We were able to talk freely amongst ourselves.
Honestly, you probably shouldn't have answered at all.
Yeah.
It's always a treat. I love you guys.
All right,
See you
Big
later.
Daddy.
All right,
Love
Big
you.
Daddy.
Yeah.
All right, Big
Oh,
Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Oh, dang.
Let's get to the shredder. Mom's got 3 minutes.
Before Mom blacks out. Wow, now that was a hot convo.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah,
man.
bring it.
Yeah, bring it. That's some hot stuff. That's great. Oh, man. I got a few emails here. Jeannie said she was once sucker punched when she was 12,
Oh,
and the girl broke my nose.
dang.
She and my twin were arguing, and when they got off the bus, my twin ran, and I got tagged. Bam, fist fight, first fight, and last loss. Okay, all right.
Getting punched sucks.
Well, it's
I
just
don't
so.
like- I
I
don't
mean,
like
if you know it's
fighting.
coming, it's not great, but it's better than just out of nowhere. You're just hit.
Yeah, out of the 3 stories I told you, the only one I really kind of initiated was the dude at Bradley's, and that guy was a fuckface. But you're right. When you don't know it's coming, man, it is different.
Yeah, it definitely does get your attention. Some of the other emails that we got here. Some suggestions for Rocco. He's looking for a classic rock song to perform.
Yeah, Jay Bird gave me some great ideas. I
Yeah.
love the idea of Sweet Child of Mine. Mm-hmm. He gave me several. I don't know where I put them. Hold on.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Daniel said Johnny Be Good. Chuck Berry. Christopher said, Come On, Eileen. Dexy's Midnight Runners. Samantha said Valerie by Amy Winehouse. Okay.
That's a good one, too, yeah.
Amy said Highway to Hell. It's just a highway to hell. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Oh, you're talking to the
No, all of you. They're all great.
Yeah. People want me to call the queen to find out about my own bedroom talk. She's unfortunately unavailable right now. So she's got that school thing going on.
That's not gonna. It's
One of these days, though.
That won't be hot either.
No, it's actually, yeah. I mean,
That actually might get sad.
yeah. I don't know that anybody really wants it. You think you want it, you don't want it. You don't want it. You think it's a good idea, it's a bad idea. Not at all. We also got an Am I the Jerk mic drop today. This girl had her dog out, and this other dog that was not on a leash came up, was trying to get at her dog, and she was going to call like animal control on it. And her sister's like, "You'd be such a jerk if you did, because they'll get that dog and they're going to put it right down." Well, that is not the correct information from many people we heard. Nora said, when it's reported the dog goes into quarantine for 12 days to make sure he is healthy. If there is one bite, the bill is the owner's expense. Then after a third bite, the dog will get put down. So
There's a lot of those kind of fights on Nextdoor about animals and dogs and all that. I saw a good one. I screenshotted it too. It's a good fight.
Okay.
Of people, going crazy over animals because somebody doesn't usually have the dog on a leash.
Yeah.
And that's where all
Right.
hell breaks loose.
That's the problem. If you're the person who's got the unleashed dog, you're the problem.
Yeah.
And don't ever say this to a person. Oh, my dog was just being friendly to your dog.
No.
No,
How
no,
about
no.
this?
No.
Maybe my dog doesn't. Maybe my dog's the dick face.
Right.
And
You don't know.
You're gonna jump on the dick face dog that's not going to bite your dog.
Right.
And now we're in a situation.
You don't do that. Now, anybody knows anything about dogs, yes, like I was saying earlier on the regular show, introducing one dog to the other, it's a delicate process. You don't want to take anything for granted. You don't want to do it fast. You want to beware of what the situation is, because if the dog is on their home turf, they're going to be defensive. It's just, yeah, people who just have dogs and don't understand the psychology of dogs, it's terrible. I never blame the dogs. I always blame the owners.
And there's some dogs who do not sweat. They don't want to be around other dogs. They're loners. They
Yeah.
like to be and they're protective of the person taking care of them. So when they see another dog, they're like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna."
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Everybody brings their dogs to festivals and events and stuff. And most of the events, you can bring your dog on a leash. But even two dogs on a leash will just go at each other, and it scares everybody else around because they go like, whoa.
I'm too soft. It's almost my heart can't take watching them trying to bite each other.
I know.
It gives me I have a reaction to watching.
It's one of the
Me
worst
too.
things
I'm a
ever.
pussy. I don't know what to
I
say.
mean, that news report from Channel 10 in Miami last week that they had, it was tough to watch because the woman couldn't do anything about her dog. Her dog's getting mauled. I mean, it was just getting an ass kicked.
The other thing too is I don't feel like fighting your dog either. I'm gonna now have dog guilt because even though your dog's being an asshole, I don't want to hurt your dog. I don't want to hit
you
your
have
dog.
to- and honestly-
I don't want to spray your
Because your
dog.
dog's just being a dog.
Well,
That's what dogs
yeah.
do.
In the video in the news report, the only way to stop that dog, you would have had to drop kick it.
Exactly.
And then even then, I don't know that would have gotten the dog off of it because that dog was intense.
My dad had a terrible story out there in Texas when him and Chewy were living. They got jumped by two dogs that were they were mean dogs. They were
Right.
off of the leashes, and my dad and Chewy had to fight them. My dad was trying to fight these two dogs. They were biting my dad, biting Chewy.
My gosh.
Tell you what though, Randy P and Chewy, they won that battle.
Okay.
Chewy had the scars to prove it.
You ain't taking down the juicy daddy.
No.
You better bring more than two dogs.
That's right.
That's right. I got an email here from Sarah. Twitter, Sarah. I know you'd been talking about people who ride their bikes, Jay-Bird, and you had a couple altercations there at Riverbend Park. She said we were cackling here in Bird calling out the married couples who ride bikes there at Riverbend. We promise we don't have bells to ring. And so we're not douchebags on the trail. So with that being said, this is for all the married couples who are cool and ride at Riverbend.
I did go on a rant. People are sending me messages. Bird, people use the bell to let you know they're coming. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the fuck faces that are already pass you and they continue to ring the bell. And as they're ringing the bell, they go, "You gotta stay in the middle. You gotta stay in the middle." Or I'm sorry, don't be in the middle. Stay to the side when you're already in the side. Like, fuck you.
So you weren't in the middle. You're already on the side.
No,
like,
we
where
were
they want you to go.
Not in the middle. And
See, it would get ugly real quick because I'd be like jumping in the middle and going, "This is the middle, asshole. This is the side. If you don't fucking know the difference, you better lay off that bell before I shove it up your ass."
I'm not trying to ruin anyone's good time. So the whole time I'm thinking, all right, make sure you're staying to the side because I don't want to be in the middle. I'm not trying to fuck anyone's day up. So we were making sure we were on the side. Fuck these bikers.
If you're on
But
the
not-
side
but not Twitter
and they're
Sarah.
yelling at you, that's
Yeah.
so aggressive.
Well,
Twitter Sarah would never. She's a
Never.
sweet pea.
But I'm talking about people who are lippy past the point of driving. There's just an attitude towards it.
Fuck them.
Runners in the morning, people who get up to run in the morning, and bicyclists. I'm not feeling their energy, Kev.
Be a lot, yeah. I got a little pro tip for Uber here from Cynthia. She said when you are ordering an Uber, if you scroll down on the cars and you see a green leaf next to the car, that means you're going to get an electric car. 9 times out of 10, it is an Uber. It's usually the same price. Sometimes the wait time is a couple minutes more, but you end up in a very nice, clean car and well worth waiting a few extra minutes.
All the green leaves are electric?
I just thought that meant they had weed in the car.
Smoke them if you got them.
I thought that meant it was a weed-friendly car.
Oh, I had an Uber the other day, and this dude was high as a kite.
Yeah, I had an Uber
Driving, huh?
Driving.
There was an
Oh, wow.
Uber driver. There's no way this guy did not have weed in his car because it smelled like
It
weed.
smelled like he had just put out the marijuana cigarette.
It's like, bro.
Luckily, we were only going like such a short distance, all back roads, and I was just like, "Oh well, I'm in it now."
It only took you 75 minutes to get a mile.
It did. Bro got lost 3 times getting to me, and I know it's tricky, but he could not find our house.
Really?
He drove past it, and I watched him, and I'm waving. I'm standing at the end of my driveway waving. Drove right by me.
That's always a thing too.
I'm like, dude.
When it comes to Ubers, there is this awkward situation sometimes where the GPS will take them the wrong route, and you're sitting
Yes.
you're sitting in the back seat, and you see them getting into the wrong route kind of situation.
This guy was so high, I think his GPS was high.
And the reason why I kind of don't say it, because I've said it before. I go, if you go this way, blah blah, and the guy gave me attitude, and then the ride was weird and awkward, and I ain't trying to. That ain't the energy I want. I don't want somebody driving a weapon that's pissed off at me. Fuck this guy, like crash into the wall. But yeah, that can happen.
I knew when my guy showed up that it was going to be, one of those rides where we were just going to go nice and slow. So I was like, oh, fuck it. I can't order a new Uber at this point.
Well, does the Uber driver get annoyed when you're in the back seat giving them quarterback directions?
Well,
Hey, can you make a left here instead?
I can see his GPS, and it's wrong. It's telling him to go the wrong way. So you can bet your ass I'm going to say something. I just say it nice and polite, like, oh, that GPS is telling you to go the longer way. Just make a right here, and it'll get us there so much faster. Your GPS is just not doing you any favors.
It's just a weird thing, just because, like in anything, if you try to tell somebody what to do, some people get defensive about it.
Right, yeah.
But look, a lot of their GPS are wrong, and a lot of them aren't following the GPS correctly either. Even when the GPS is right, sometimes they still miss turns. I don't have time for all that.
I know you don't do a lot of Ubers, Kev, but there
Yeah.
is a thing where you can tell your Uber driver's pissed or a pissy thing, and there's an odd energy in the car. Now,
it's
now you're
gotta
just
be
sitting in the
awkward.
back seat
Right.
of their car.
And I always try to say something to smooth it over and say, look, I'm so sorry, but that's just not correct. You try to do it gently, but you can't just sit in the car and take it like a bitch.
That's the other thing too, because then I'll start sitting going, dude, say something. Don't be taking this like a little bitch.
You can be polite and correct this person's GPS or their wrong turns. It doesn't make you a bitch. It doesn't make you a terrible person. Just do it sweet and do it with kindness. But don't sit there and let them take 18 wrong turns and you're like, no, I don't want to say nothing.
Well, you gotta
Fuck
say
that.
You gotta say something if they're making 18 turns. But it's always that situation where it could go left or go right, and you're not sure what they're gonna do yet. And sometimes you can premature. Hey, make sure you're making a right, and they are making a right, and then you look like the dumb fuck.
Yeah. You never know. Sometimes people have their own little way. That's the one thing.
It's tricky.
Well, the thing that's crazy for me, I still will, no matter where I'm going, I will put it into Google Maps, places that I know and I've gone 100 times because it will give you the fastest route.
And you want to see if there's congestion.
Yeah, and it is kind of fascinating because I am learning ways on roads and areas I'm very familiar with. I'm like, I never even thought to go that way. That's kind of cool. All right.
Waze. I love Waze. W-A-Z-E, because people in real time update it, and it's updated by other drivers, and you accumulate points when you do other drivers favors, like you say, hey, there's a cop up ahead, and you report that, and then the other drivers around you see it, and you help people out, and you can see it in real time on the app, all the people that are like, thank you, because they're hitting the button saying thank you.
I know it's going to sound crazy, but I kind of do a hybrid thing. I still sometimes write down directions, and you go old school and make a left there by the barn, go past the Burger King. I'm like, okay, this is easy for me. I don't know. I'm old school sometimes.
Still doing it the old school way, huh? Gosh, I can't even imagine that. It's crazy. John said another thing, you guys are talking about things that are getting out of control. Another thing is these people driving with animals on their laps. How can it be legal to have your phone and be driving? It's just ridiculous.
I see animals a lot. Is there a law about that?
You just can't let your
I
animal
don't think
drive.
you're supposed to have your animal on your lap. Yeah,
Clint
because
says the driving cat can't be behind the wheel.
Yeah, you can't let your dog,
that adds to distracted driving.
steering wheel.
Yeah.
But I see that all the time. I don't think that's
Yeah.
illegal, is it?
Yes,
Oh,
I
it
believe it
is.
is illegal. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to have your dog on your lap as you're driving.
I see that all the time.
Yeah, you do. It does happen, but I think that's why he's making a point of it, is that you're not supposed to, and it would be deemed illegal. Now, is it enforced? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, because it is. You ever have a dog on your lap? I've driven with a dog on my lap before, so I know. I shouldn't have.
I've driven with a person on my lap before. It's
distracting.
It's very distracting.
Yes.
Male or female?
A female.
Okay, let's get into it.
Well, it was a very carnal story, Virginia.
Yep.
I don't think you're ready for it. We've heard your stories. I don't think you're ready.
I can handle your story, but only like 3 or 4 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Then I have to tap out.
Yes.
We were talking earlier about Nick Swardson and his comedy night. People do love him. Apparently,
They do.
He's a very popular comedian and good. Apparently, he does admit that he had a couple too many cocktails and mixed in an adult vitamin with that, as Jay Bird calls it.
He's one of Sandler's boys.
Yeah.
And my sisters
Okay.
love him. They think he's goofy and fun.
Yeah. So it was what it was, and who knows? Maybe still the venue was a little premature. He is going to go back and make up for that show in Beaver Creek, Colorado. That got called off.
Now, I mean, if he was so fucked up to the point where you go, all right, we gotta help him out, that would be another reason why the comedy club would step in. It's
Yeah.
not always a Kramer situation.
Right, we'll shut it down now and be like, okay, we'll do a redo. We're not going to
Well,
waste any more time. It's not going to work tonight.
I wish someone would have done that for me in the first podcast that we had done.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Get him out of here.
I saw a photo post on Vanilla Ice's social media. He was at Sandler's Netflix comedy special on Friday night. Had a photo posted with Chris Rock. We got Rob on with us right now. I can only imagine it was a pretty good show on Friday night, Rob.
Hey, Kevin. What's up, guys?
Hey.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Bro, it was so great. Yeah, Sandler's hilarious, man. I was rolling in tears, The guy's just legendary, but he's definitely, he's the funniest guy, I think, on the planet.
He's just, you know what, the thing about him, he's, some people try too hard. He's just naturally funny. I was watching the podcast he just did last week with Conan O'Brien, and he was talking about, he can't blow it. And front of his daughters with Taylor Swift. And so, he kind of has this awkward energy because he don't want to fuck it up and embarrass his daughters in front of Taylor Swift. And so he tells a really good story. And he's just one of those people that's just naturally funny. So it's great to see him doing stand-up specials because they always work. Did he break out his guitar at all and do any songs?
Oh, absolutely, man.
That's awesome.
He's super talented with all that as well. The great thing about Adam is, we've been great friends for a long time, and the movies are great and all that we've done together. But on the real, he's just a great friend. We talk every week. But one thing about him is, most celebrities I meet, they're nothing like you would think, like they would be like actors and everything. But Adam Sandler is exactly like Happy Gilmore in real life.
Aw, that's so cool.
Yeah.
He is exactly like you would think he is, and he's just the nicest guy and a great friend, man, and I'm honored.
Yeah, we say that all the time. We talk about celebrities and the ones that are truly genuine, like you and like Sandler. Just he's the kind of guy, we've had stories about him just being in a casino just with regular people with just a T-shirt, shorts on, drinking a beer, and hanging out with everybody, and that's kind of the guy he is.
Absolutely. He'll take you to the Waffle House, man. I'm telling you.
Who else other than
Many
Chris
times.
Rock was there? Were there any of his friends, any other friends in attendance on Friday?
Yeah, everybody was there. David
Yeah.
Spade was there.
Cool.
We were hanging out. We all kind of, sat there together and enjoyed the show.
Wow.
Rob Snyder comes out as Elvis.
Okay.
Man, these guys are all just the funniest group of people you've ever hung out with, and no matter where you are, whether you're backstage or on stage, you're always laughing.
Yeah.
Always laughing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how infectious it is and how awesome it is, man. You're just cracking up at all time, no matter who you're talking to,
Well, they've all
Random
known each
stuff.
other for so long that it's really cool that it's a relaxed environment. They just kind of work off each other, and it would be a fun crowd to hang out in.
Oh, heck yeah, man. The best. I'm honored.
I was stunned when I heard on Friday that little pizza gig that you did for Little Smiles on
Palm Coast.
Palm Coast a week or so ago raised $85,000. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, and then more donations came in after that because somebody stepped up and said they wanted to give like $15,000 just for
I don't know
being
where
there.
that stands in the history of Little Smiles one-off events. I
A
don't-
one-off third-party event that raised $100,000. That's never happened.
I was going to say, that seems like some kind of record, right?
Yeah,
Dude, that's insane, man.
that's huge.
Listen, so I didn't even know what to expect. The Bronx House Pizza guys, is Brad. I became friends with him, and he just said, "Listen, why don't we just do a date here for Little Smiles?" I said, "And you'll do that?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "If you do it, I'll do it."
Wow.
And we didn't expect that much because we're on A1A out here. It's kind of sleepy. If you don't know why, I'm up here, is because I'm filming 2 new seasons of the Vanilla Ice Beach Project. And
Okay.
we're right here on A1A. I'm standing here right now actually working. But these guys over at Bronx House were so sweet and had such a kind heart. I told him about, Little Smiles and everything. He had no idea. And boy, did he help out. And we raised $85,000. And you're right, Virginia, there's been a couple more donations that came in afterwards from the event, and we're over 100,000 now. So
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
And the guy that owns
Crazy.
the Bronx House Pizza, his wife, I guess, used to be a nurse up there. So she introduced Little Smiles to a new pediatric facility that's right outside of Daytona that we didn't even have, that we serviced. Now, because of them, we have a new hospital filled with kids that are sick that Little Smiles is now servicing. So we got the money on one end and the new group of recipients on the other. You cannot beat that.
Bronx House Pizza too. I want to try this.
Bronx House Pizza. It sounds
it's delicious.
delicious.
Oh, I am in.
And you know what they have? They have the Vanilla Ice slice.
Oh.
They're not fully vegan, cauliflower, no gluten. Get it how you live it.
Okay, that's my style, baby.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try that. That's what I do.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
No, but they're an amazing place. This it's beautiful up here, and we're on A1A and the beach and everything. I didn't expect that much, and I was just blown away. That place only holds probably, maybe 800 people inside and outside, and we had 6,000 people show up.
That's insane.
So the
Good.
police,
Wow.
Brad was like, "Yeah, I got 2 police here, man." I go, "You might want a couple more." He goes, "Nah, we've never seen anything like that here." And I go, "Okay." But the police, I show up, there's 2. Then they had, basically the entire police force was out there by the end of the show.
Aw, that's awesome.
Nobody- And I talked to the cops, took pictures with them, and they go, "Man, we didn't do anything but enjoy the show. Everybody was just great and having a good time, and there was no problems."
That's so
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's great. And there's another show that is coming up, the Spring Oween. It is going to be a costume party fundraiser for Little Smiles. Rob's going to be there. The Pouncey brothers, who won a national championship with the Florida Gators. It's going to be at the old Key Lime House in Lantana. That's coming up on March 22nd.
Yeah, baby, get in where you fit in. We're going to go have some key lime pie and have a good time and raise some money for Little Smiles. And, I wouldn't even know about Little Smiles if it wasn't for you guys. And I met Chip, Virginia there. You helped me, you guys helped focus on that. And I just wanted to thank you guys because it's been many years, and I know I've been on game shows and everything, and everything I do for the charity is for that, Little Smiles, because of you guys.
Well,
So
it's
thanks for bringing
beautiful.
That's nice.
You have, they made a star. They hung it on the wall at Little Smiles offices. It says Vanilla Ice.
That's awesome.
On our wall of
Yeah.
our best
Yeah.
and most amazing donors. And
No better ambassador.
You're the top of the top. So
Well,
thank you.
When you bring in over $100,000,
Yeah.
you set the bar pretty high.
That's just one event. I mean,
Yeah.
think about Celebrity
know.
Family Feud, all the other events, all the times he comes to Stars Ball and
Dude,
stays.
you're changing lives, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He shut down Stars Ball.
Yeah.
Pretty much like how I shut down the first Vanilla Block Party. He was one of
Yes.
the last ones to leave.
Stayed till the end, danced with every kid. You raised the money, but you also talked the talk and walked the walk.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love it. I love you guys, man. And
same.
we've been friends for, I don't even want to say how long because we're all still the oldest teenagers in town. But, and it's just an honor that, we just remain friends and neighbors and enjoy, company and everything. And it all just started basically from me and Kevin having, I think it was a Mexican
Yeah,
Yep.
together.
Amigos, Okeechobee and Military Trail. I ran out and
I
down.
love it.
Yeah, introduced
So
myself.
that tells
man.
you the message, man. Shake a hand, make a friend. You never know, where life is going to take you.
Yeah,
Just
That's a
be
no
great,
doubt.
great point.
Yeah, it really is. No doubt. Well, we'll let you get back to it, man. Thanks for checking in with us and keep kicking ass, dude. And we'll hopefully run into you real quick. If not sooner, we'll at least see you March 22nd at Old Key Lime House.
All right, guys. Thank you. As always, love you.
Okay,
And we'll see you
brother.
soon.
Love you too, man.
All right.
All right, be good.
Be safe out there.
There you
Ooh,
go.
I'm excited.
Okay,
a new
man.
season.
Yeah, no doubt.
A new season of the DIY.
He's right too, though. You never know what's going to happen unless you get off your butt and make something happen. Go
Yeah,
shake a hand and make
that's
a
right.
friend, and something can happen.
It felt awkward. I still remember that moment, man. I was scared to death. I'm like, this guy's probably not going to talk to me. He's going to big league me, but
Aren't you glad you
yeah,
did it?
absolutely. No, definitely for what he's done for Little Smiles. And yeah, just amazing, man. Like 20 plus years, whatever it's been. So really cool. Thanks for Rob checking in. Man, we had a lot of people on this show here today.
We did.
Yeah, a lot of big guests. Panda and Vanilla Ice. All right, man. We got a lot more stuff coming up. We'll be back here tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you then. Goodbye.